Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, we got to thank this woman. This woman has given us a hack that I've wanted for a long time. Ooh. And that is how to get a free upgrade when you go to a hotel. And she's legit because she worked at a large hotel chain. So she says, here's how you can get that upgrade.
Do not book through Expedia Trivago. I know it might look cheaper, but that's because on the hotel's website, the daily rate includes taxes and fees. So I will go on Expedia, price shop, and then book directly through the hotel. They prefer when you do direct booking. Hotels also really like when you make an account on their app. 24 hours before you get there, send them a message on the app. I'm so excited to stay. I was wondering if it would be possible to get a room with a view. If they have the availability, they will upgrade you.
And she's talking in the secret voice, so you know that this is all true.
Secret. I love it, but that's a really sultry secret voice. It's like, I want her to give me tips on everything.
Download the app.
Yeah. It doesn't sound quite the same coming from you. I'm a little terrified.
Because you see me saying, if you close your eyes and envision an attractive woman saying it. Okay.
All right, let me close my eyes. I'll give you a fair shot. Oh, wow, you're not saying it.
No, close your eyes. I'm about to say it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
If you want a nice hack for a hotel, follow these steps.
Okay.
Wow,
Steve, you can change your voice really well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. And I don't recognize that voice at all. Very different.
Well, who would you think? No, Vicky's not in the room right now, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. All she's got to do is just sit in a chair and you can't see her anymore.
Download the app.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, that's the voice that really gets me.
I never even thought about that, but I remember, like sometimes you set up a hotel through one of those websites, all the travel planning websites, and then you're like, oh, I got a great deal. And then you get there and then you get the bill and you're like, what are all these other charges? I never thought that, that's how they make it seem cheaper than the actual hotel website.
Yeah, it's so frustrating because there's taxes on everything when it comes to renting a car, when it comes to renting a hotel room, all those hidden fees where you're like, man, I should add an extra 100 to everything that they're telling me because that's probably what it is.
That's how it was. I think we went to Hawaii. I'm like, this is incredible. Look, by going through this side, we saved $500. And then by the end thing, I get the bill. I'm like, no, actually, they just charged us $500 in taxes and this and that and the other thing. It all broke even. Like, this was not a good deal at all.
Yeah, I like her point. I think that if you can book through the hotel and just go, hey, do you got something that's this? I always like to do that. I just like to go to the hotel's website. And yeah, if you have an app, it's pretty sweet if you can communicate with them through the app. But I didn't realize you could send them messages. So I'm very excited about that.
I'm going to tweet them, send them messages, because I've tried everything, and nothing ever works. It's like, it's our anniversary. Oh, we just got married. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And they're always just like, congratulations. I'm like, I didn't want a congratulations. I want a room with a view.
You even go as far as saying you're a doctor.
Yeah, I've done that. That doesn't even work.
Dr. Miggs, so great to have you on your anniversary and your birthday.
Right, here, you're still on the bottom floor with a view of the brick wall.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, well, you better not be calling me if there's a medical issue, because I'm not helping.
I'm not helping anybody. I'm looking at these bricks. I'm not helping a damn person.
Busy staring at these bricks. Sorry.
I hate to say that. So I've given you a life hack to save money. Now I'm going to give you some news that might cost you money. A couple years ago, Netflix was threatening that they were considering consumer-friendly ways of stopping people from sharing their passwords. And it looks like 2 years is long enough for us to figure it out, because they're going to start doing it, apparently. They're going to start the process.
Oh, that sucks for all you guys, because you guys are all sharing passwords left and right.
Not my Netflix one. It's actually all in the family.
Yeah, I think my Netflix one is just with me.
And mine is also all in the family. That's right.
Is that the line? Like, I'll share Hulu, but I won't share Netflix?
Well, because we heard that Netflix was making the move. So I think that's why. It's like, all right, well, people have asked for my Netflix account. It's like, oh, no, 2 years ago, Netflix says they're cracking down. Now, I don't know if anybody's seen this, but some people, they say, have received an on-screen message saying, quote, "Start your own Netflix for free today. If you don't live with the owner of this account, you need your own account to keep watching."
Oh, that's like the friendliest way of them saying, "We're on to you, buddy."
And they don't stop there. Then they do that, it's basically that two-factor identification situation where you're asked to confirm your account by entering a verification code, which usually will get texted to the owner of the account. And email or text it. And so now you have to pretty much text your buddy, "Hey, did you just get something showing up on your phone? Because I can't watch my show."
Right, dude, what's the code? Here you go, 69. Have fun with that.
Nice.
Well, they have an option to verify later. So even though they're like making a move, you have time to get the code. So they'll let you still watch your show, but eventually they're going to go, "Hey, remember that code we asked you for? Where the heck is it? Come on."
Oh, okay, so they're planting the seed so that way it's not like a huge shock when they put the hammer down on everyone.
I give Netflix credit because they did talk about this 2 years ago. Then 2 years later, here they are planting the seed, but still giving us the soft, if you will, approach. And then eventually, it is going to be a lockdown. They're going to just, "Sorry, buddy, but we know you don't own this account. You're out." Yeah. But they're saying it's for people who, for the people who intentionally share passwords because, maybe you've got family members, but they don't live with you anymore, but they're still your kids or something.
Okay.
They're like, it's not that difficult for you to share codes with those folks because you can just go, "Oh yeah, here's the code." And that way you can put it in. But, I guess it's for the moochers, like you said, for Vicky, Rev, and I that may have some illicit other streaming service relationships.
We're not mooching. There's a good trade. We have decided, it's like you can't collect them all, so we just go back and forth in between each of them. There's no mooching.
I've got Hulu. Who needs Netflix?
Yeah. I agree with you, Rev, but like Hulu would think we're mooching, even though I totally agree with you. It's like, because there's only one show you might want to watch on one of these things, and that's the problem. It's like, Rev was like, well, maybe I'd like to check out The Twilight Zone, or maybe I'd like to check out Star Trek, but that's all I'd want Paramount Plus for right now. And so I'm the same way with Hulu. It's like there was one show. I was like, well, I really want to watch Devs, but that's all I really want to watch. And so Vicky's like, well, I got a hookup through a guy that knows a guy, and his name is Back Alley Rev.
It's funny though, because I can't give you too hard of a time, because I think we all are guilty of sharing things that we're not supposed to. I mean, it goes back to the whole Napster argument. I remember when people were getting all worked up, and I did think it was okay. We've gone a little too crazy, and it sucks for the artist. But I was also guilty as a kid making cassette copies of a record and giving it to my buddy, or a VHS copy of a movie and being like,
exactly.
"Hey, dude." So it's like, I mean, we've been doing this forever. It's just now we're doing it in a digital way.
Well, I have a board game right now that I offered Vicky. I said, "I know you like this game. I'm not going to play it that much. How about you take it?" What if all of a sudden the board game company said, "No, you can't do that. She's got to buy her own copy."
Oh, man. Good luck policing that.
Exactly.
Right.
But that's the thing is now, because of the world that we live in, Netflix can't police it, because I guess they did some research. Turns out of all the folks that do log in with somebody's account, 52% of them are Netflix subscribers. So that's why maybe we're not hearing from the Hulus and we're not hearing from the Disney Pluses yet, because, well, Netflix is still the big dog of all the moochers out there.
I bet they're all like, let's see what Netflix does, and we'll just do whatever they do.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Steve. I think that's what everybody's going to do at this point is go, well, we'll follow Netflix's advice. That way we can't make any mistakes because people will already hate Netflix and then it will become the norm. It's like, well, this is what they do. Sorry.
I saw on the site, it said 33% are doing it without permission from the account holder, which I think is like, how?
Yeah, how is that possible?
Maybe they logged in at your house and they never logged out. I mean, I just think that's kind of low. Like, you should at least get permission from the person you're taking Netflix from.
I was going to say it was probably a friend that's borrowing that password, gives it to another friend.
Oh, I was thinking like relationships that have just broken off, so maybe they're no longer together, but the ex still has the account and is still using it.
Dude, I don't want to change your password. You're too lazy to. You think,
maybe you haven't realized that they're still using it.
Oh, I change the locks to my door when a relationship ends. The minute that relationship ends, I'd be like, changing the password now. Janet is a bitch! Exclamation point.
There's a problem. Janet will guess that password.
Okay, Janet is a bitch. 69.
There we go. She'll never guess
double exclamation point.
Double. Yeah, Janet will never guess that. Vicky. Wait a second. Vicky just brought up something which I guess people would do, but I would never think of sharing like Rev's stuff with somebody else that's not like, that's low.
No, you wouldn't, but Janet would. You know, I know why, because she's a bitch.
Damn, dude. I mean, because you can create accounts, or if someone's not creating an account, you can tell when someone's watching other stuff that's not your stuff if they're on your account. Boy, that's brazen to go, well, you know what, Vicky gave me this, but I'll just give it to you. It's like, I would at least ask the other person, because sometimes some of these accounts, you can only have so many profiles open or so many devices that can watch it, and you get locked out because, well, you know, Jimmy gave it, Janet gave it to all of her other bitches.
Yeah, someone said, yeah, definitely a lot of exes. Mine had it. I only noticed when he was on while two other screens were using it. Yeah, I instantly changed the password at that point.
Yeah, you got to change the password on a lot of stuff, man.
Or what you do is you let them watch like maybe 8 episodes of a 10-episode series and then change the password.
Oh, there we go.
That's next level.
Well, that's Rev, man. He knows how to troll next level, my friend. You want to troll? That's the man you talk to right there. Wow. I think that I would never ever think of doing that. That's pretty lame. That is really lame.
Well, there's some lame people in this world, BJ.
True. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So watch out for it. Netflix may start telling you can't share the password anymore. We'll see if they go that far. Like if they'll make it where you can only live so far away. Like because I know that my extra innings package can determine for baseball if I'm watching a Mariners game, no matter where I am, they don't care. I can't watch a Mariners game on MLB. Even if I'm in California, like, hey, I'm not. I would think, hey.
Dumb.
Yeah, I'm in California. I should be able to put in a thing going, hey, see my phone. You know where my phone is. You have the location services. Let you know that I can't watch the game on Root Sports. I don't have access to it. But they just go, no, it's wherever you sign in from, which means you got to lie and go, hey, I don't live in Seattle. I live in Topeka, so I want to watch all the Mariners games, right?
Yeah, they got to figure that out. Like if you're out of town, like you should be able to then enjoy it on like your app.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since you do have this location service thing that can actually know where your phone is, so that they could know, oh, your phone is here. You're not in Seattle. Okay, here you go. Here's the game for you to watch. I'm with you, Steve. Come on, America. You can do it.
So I said I found out I was still paying for my ex's account. So I went in and changed all the info to my own. She was pissed.
Nice.
That's awesome. That, you just get a smile on your face when you know that I've just cut off your entertainment. Like you cut me off of the entertainment I used to get from you.
Someone said, BJ, get a VPN, hide your location.
Yeah, those are the folks that like to not pay for stuff. Rev, wouldn't you say those are the VPN people? I'm not a fan.
I don't know. I know some people that like do that so that they can watch like a Canadian show. Like there's a documentary I want to watch, but I can't because I'm not in Canada. But I'm not going to do it. I don't have that kind of energy. But I also know some people that go to like Japan to do some like wrestling stuff, and so they had the VPN so they could still watch Netflix. The shows that they have in the States.
A lot of the times the VPN stuff is just for privacy as well. Like,
is it? So it's not for people just trying to pirate?
Well, I mean, it is, but
you can,
well, you can
that's
just
the bonus.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, not the intended usage, but, a little extra there.
Yeah, I just, If I was paying for the service, like Steve said, but I was out of the country and that was the only way to watch my stuff, well, I'd be like, that's okay because I pay Netflix, so I know they wouldn't have a problem with it. But there are people that go, hey, I can get you free everything. It's like, no, I really want to pay these people for the services. I mean, people deserve to be paid. But up and up VPN, all right, I can do that.
Oh, you don't want like the Torch Fire Log or whatever it is that you could get the Fire Stick. That's what it is.
Oh yeah,
and then you can just like watch everything and anything.
Oh, I don't even know about this thing.
Oh, I don't know if it's still going on, but do you remember that, Rev? There's like a certain thing that you can there's like a way to get around it, and you end up like watching pretty much any channel.
I don't know. I thought you were just talking about the normal Fire Sticks.
There's like a hack into it. I remember people would text us all the time about it and be like, yo, if you get this and you do that. And I'm like, that sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, you're working for it one way or the other, apparently.
Oh, yeah. The Fire Stick hacks. Yeah. Wow. You can jailbreak them and everything.
Yeah. I don't do things illegally, not because I'm a man of morals. I'm a man of laziness.
Yeah. This is a lot of work.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of work. Yeah, and look, there are people that love doing that kind of work, but for me, it's like, yeah, here's my $5.99. Let me watch your. All right, I don't want commercials. Okay, here's the $11.99. Here you go. Leave me alone. Hey, why would a couple handcuff themselves together for 3 months? I'll tell you why. At 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Very unusual story about this Ukrainian couple. A 28-year-old beautician named Victoria and a 33-year-old car salesman named Alexander. Well, they have tried everything to make their relationship work, they say. They were constantly fighting and kept breaking up and getting back together. So they finally decided to come up with a plan to try to fix things. So on Valentine's Day, what did they do? They handcuffed themselves together, and they're going to stay that way for 3 months.
Oh, so this wasn't like a naughty, intimate kind of a thing. This is we are stuck together no matter what.
And they're close to a month into this now.
So do they have the key handy in case things get crazy, or do they have like a friend that holds the key? Like the key master.
Good idea. That's a really good point, Steve. I mean, because at some point I would just go, I'm out of here and take the key. But yeah, if you have that friend that comes over or somebody you definitely trust that can come over after 3 months and go, okay, I'm finally going to unlock you two. That would be the way I need to do it.
Or it's like a couples therapist. And then they you're like, nope, we got to be unhooked. And then they talk you through it and convince you not to, or they decide, you know what? Yeah, you guys deserve the key. You hate each other.
Steve, if you talk to a real therapist, they're probably going to go, what is wrong with you two being handcuffed together for 3 months? They would never endorse that.
Oh, so this isn't something that you'd learn in therapy? Like, hey, this is one way to handle a bad relationship?
Yeah, I don't, I don't know any, at least, well, listen, it's in the Ukraine, so I don't know about Ukraine therapists, but I don't know too many American therapists that would say, oh yeah, this is what you do. I don't know anybody that would be like, yeah, this is the way to get it done.
It's so weird. I'm looking at the video and it's like they're not even like actual handcuffs. It's more like chain links that are locked onto them, and then they have to get ready together, and it's super awkward.
It's very awkward. I saw him, putting the pants on in the video. They say when they use the bathroom, one person, they have to somewhat try to shut the door, but the other person's got to have their hands like into the bathroom itself so the other one can use the bathroom. But
I'm glad the reporters asked that question because that's something that usually, most reports don't give us that info.
Yeah, so, sometimes you're going to just, the young people, which means they're going to drink every once in a while, maybe have too much food. They're probably going to destroy that bathroom, one of them.
Well, what about work? They have to work together? How do you run that one by the boss?
Yeah, maybe COVID makes it easier, but I don't think you could do this, basically pre-COVID. Because you probably have to go to the workplace.
Yeah, but the guy sells cars. And I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to buy a car, and this guy shows up to try and sell me one, and he's got a woman handcuffed to him. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to buy a car from you, sir.
And Vicky, she's a beautician. Would you like to go in and have somebody just go, here's my boyfriend going to hang over us while, he's doing the beauty stuff. I'm going to have to wax you this way. I'm sorry.
That'd be weird.
Mm. Yeah.
Do you think that people call the cops on them thinking like one's being held against their will?
I would think so.
Like if you're at a grocery store and you see these two and they're handcuffed together, be like, let me call the cops.
Slip me a note. Let me know you're okay.
Right. Blink once if you're okay.
Yeah, that's Alexander says now, here's the deal. Fights between them have not disappeared. He says they still fight. So so far, being handcuffed together hasn't done anything. But he says, but when we approach a dead end, we simply stop talking instead of packing up our things and walking away.
Well, that's awkward.
I got to be thinking they haven't talked to a professional therapist because at this point, do you really need to be together if you got to handcuff yourself to somebody? How about you just chalk it up to the fact that they're not the right person for you?
Right. Sometimes you just got to take the L.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, are you that desperate that you can't live alone? Or, there's more than one person in the world out there that you probably could be compatible with. No, I'm not handcuffing myself to you. You're an idiot. I know that would be the final straw. It's like, wait, you want to do what? Okay, yeah, we should never be together.
Do you ever have that happen when you see somebody on like a Facebook or a social media page and they're just like the relationship ended? I always feel bad for anyone. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone in your world like be bumming out because of it. But they're like, for weeks, they still complain, and they're like constantly complaining about that person or like, oh, they're still saying mean things about me. Or like, it's like this relationship ended almost a month ago. At some point, you got to just say, why am I getting still worked up about this person? Unless there's a kid involved, obviously. But if it's just like a split between two people, there's not a divorce, it's just a breakup. It's like, man, why do you want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with you? Like, you're still pining over this person that apparently is talking mad S about you. Like, I don't want to hang out with friends that would do that with me. And I definitely don't want to hang out with someone that I'm being intimate with that's doing that,
Yeah, there's a reason. I don't know what it is. I used to do that about jobs or bosses. Mm-hmm. That was my thing. I would be like, dude, that boss hasn't been here in like over a year. What are you doing? Why are you still complaining about somebody that's no longer affecting your life? And yet I would do that at every place I was. It was bad. Some of my coworkers would go, dude, I can't even be around you anymore because now we're going on 2 years that person hasn't been in the building and you're still bitching about it.
They're not even in the industry anymore, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Don't get me started on the carpet guy.
Oh, that guy.
The guy that's selling carpets. Oh, that guy irritates the hell out of me.
Is that a euphemism? Is he a pimp?
No, he's really, he really sells carpets, but he used to tell me how to do a radio show. And now he's telling me, what kind of Berber would go good in my living room, because that's really what he's doing now and what he should be qualified for. Nothing against anybody that sells carpets. It's just that he really had no business being in our business. That was the thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm still talking about this guy.
I just triggered that.
Son of a gun! Sorry! And no, it's not euphemistic, okay, Steve?
All right. Well, yesterday we learned from Vicky that when girls say they're accountants, they're actually sex workers.
Yeah.
Not all. So don't think weird things like if you know someone that's an accountant, you're not going to be able to get laid for $5.
Do you know a guy, though? But as a guy, I would say I'm a sex worker. You know what? If I could actually, that was my living, somebody actually paid me to have sex, whether it be movies or whatever, I wouldn't, euphemism that. I would come out and go, what do you do? I work in adult films. I'd be the guy that'd say that. Because it shows that I can work in adult films, unless I'm that one guy in the adult film that they make fun of all the time because I got a micro situation. But otherwise, I'm probably qualified, right?
Well, there's a lot of guys that are accountants on the TikToks and stuff, but TikTok does this thing where they'll ban the word sex or stripper. If they kind of pick it up in the video, they'll kind of shadow ban or they'll delete the video, basically.
So they're okay with an accountant twerking wearing next to nothing. That's fine.
Right.
Okay. I'm not a sex worker, but I'm more of a sex hobbyist.
Fair enough.
Oh, good job, buddy. You know what I mean? You didn't want to make it your career. They say do what you love, Steve. Are you sure you don't want to do what you love?
Hey, dude, we got a text from someone who's listening to us for the first time today.
What? This is their virgin voyage?
Yes. It says, hey, fellas, day one listener. Wanted to share some awesome news. I finally got engaged this weekend after 14 years together. Can you give a shout out to my fiance, Leah? Leah, run. I'm kidding. First and last day as a listener. I'm trying to make that happen.
Wait.
No, congratulations. That's awesome.
Congratulations, but Steve.
Yes.
I think maybe they just got you with the shrimp cocktail right there.
Oh, they just lied, said this is his first time listening so he could get the shout out?
Yeah.
I'll give him the shrimp cocktail. I'm fine with that.
Look at you.
Now, some people think that's a euphemism.
No, I'll be giving them the jumbo prawn, BJ.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, that's why you'd never be euphemistic as a sex worker. You know, here's Steve.
I'm a sex hobbyist. I can do what I want.
Yeah, he hasn't gone pro yet.
I would like to say, though, I'm with Rev on this because I think for the first time listener to come out and be that intimate and share like a big news in your life, like we've been friends forever, I think Rev's right. I think this is a person that's a long-time listener but tried to shrimp cocktail us. I think a good call, Rev.
Let's see. I mean, I'm looking at the thread, the text history, because if you click on the text, you can see if they've texted before recently, and this is the first ever text. I believe them. First day listening to the show.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, you know, imagine if you met somebody at a party and that's the first thing they said, I'm getting engaged tomorrow. I guess that would happen at a party. I mean, that's big news.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've had times where I've gone into a locker room and I met someone for the first time. Hey, dude, what's going on? And he goes, I'm getting divorced. I'm like, wow, I don't even know your name. I'm like, I'm Steve.
Damn.
Wow.
Sometimes people just share stuff.
See, sometimes, though, they can't help it. Like, you know what I mean? That's you know that this guy's ruined. Because usually people can keep that stuff inside because maybe they're a little embarrassed or maybe they like, I don't need to burden you with this. But they are completely wrecked by it because that's the first thing that comes out.
Right. It was just like, okay. And it was like a couple years ago when that happened. I remember thinking in my head, I was like, I don't know if I could crack jokes, but I wanted to be like, well, that's not going to impact whether I'm going to try hard when you shoot the puck at me. I don't know if you're trying to get like a sympathy goal.
Oh, please say that next time.
No.
Yeah, no free goals for you, pal. Okay?
But that was just like such a weird thing to do. Like you haven't even said like what my name is. It's just like I'm getting divorced.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I look at a guy like that and go, oh, okay, well, I'm not that kind of friend. I'm not even your friend. What are you doing? What's happening here?
Oh, damn it. The next text is right. He said day one listener. That means he's probably been listening since the first day you guys have been on.
Oh, funny.
Hadn't even thought about that.
I just saw day one listener. I'm like, it's the first day he's listened.
Oh, yeah, but he could have been listening since day one.
I wouldn't have read that if that was the case.
But he's never texted before. So what's this, the first day listener, but he's the last day texter?
Yeah, man. I don't even know what is truth anymore.
All right, we need this guy to clear it up. Okay, texter.
No, he said I've been listening for years. Day one meaning since the beginning of your show.
Rev's a winner.
Well, thanks for being with us for all these years, and congratulations. That's exciting. Yeah. Still exciting.
Absolutely.
But Steve was really happy that he had a first-time listener.
Isn't that funny how you could interpret something so completely different than what it really is?
Welcome to America, sir.
Oh.
I mean, really, welcome to life. That is, Steve, that happens so often just in life where I'm sure this is what this means, and it doesn't mean that at all, and I'm the idiot.
Like, I always love, like, there's, like, these websites that'll gather news headlines and say, should have used a comma, or when punctuation is not used, and so that the headline takes on a whole new meaning. Those things are always my favorites, and that, because so quickly your brain just changes the way you interpret something.
That's why whenever we go through the world of social media and texting, we always have to be a little careful. We don't know what that other person's thinking. And they sure as hell don't know what I'm thinking. And they don't want to know what I'm thinking.
So this guy's probably going through every station on the radio saying that he's getting married just to get our text read.
Wow. Boy, that's cynicism right there. So I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that he's at least, you know what? If he does that, then how can his bride-to-be ever trust him to be faithful?
Oh, geez.
If he's not even faithful to his favorite radio station. Yeah, how about that? Think about that, texter. If you are, in fact, asking everybody to do that.
One texter something nice says, congrats on the engagement. 100% of divorces start with marriage.
It's true.
I mean, not wrong.
You know, we're just spreading the joy and the hope.
Such a nice tribute.
Well, that's what you get for dashing Steve's hope. You should have lied and said you were a first-time listener.
I think that should be out from now on. Anytime anyone calls in, it's like first-time listener.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Could be our dumb inside joke.
Third-time caller. Okay. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
The word grenade derives from the name of what fruit?
Grenadine.
No.
From pineapple.
No.
Grape.
No.
The pomegranate, which I guess looks like a grenade, but you can tell I don't know much about pomegranates. So I didn't even know that. But, yeah, that's the fruit. You want a shot at beating Steve? Okay, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.